Hi, everybody. This is Lisa Keslar with Cheers for Charity New Hampshire, also of Keslar Insurance Agency. And I am here with my dear friend, JoAnn Burchuk. Hello, JoAnn.
Hey, Lisa, good to see you. Yes, I'm JoAnn Burchuk. I'm with Lighthouse Physical Therapy and Cheers for Charity. Today I'm very interested to hear about this organization. We have Suzanne from the Dover Mental Health Alliance. And Suzanne, welcome. And tell us a little bit about your organization, what you guys do, who do you treat, work with?
Okay, great. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me on for Cheers for Charity. I had a great conversation with Lisa a few weeks ago, and what you all are doing is fantastic. So thank you so much for highlighting nonprofits in the area. So I work actually with Community Partners, and Community Partners is the local nonprofit community mental health center for Stratford County, as well as the area agency providing developmental disability services for children and adults. For Community Partners, I have been very interested, and they've supported me in working with the behavioral health side of the house in talking about how to eliminate stigma around mental health and mental illness and the challenges associated with that, and to bring this out of the shadows and into the light so we can normalize the conversation about mental health challenges. And so with myself and dozens of other community stakeholders, we have formed what we call the Dover Mental Health Alliance underneath the umbrella of Community Partners. And our goal is to educate the community about mental health challenges and, like I said, remove stigma and really normalize the conversation so people feel comfortable in talking about this other part of our health, and that people can get the help they need without suffering in silence anymore.
Oh, that's awesome. So how are you finding you're able to get out into the community and teach people? What's your main form of communication?
Well, that's a very good point. So the Alliance is very new. We started about a year and a half ago, and through this year-long process, we've basically figured out what we've wanted to do, created a logic model plan, and now, of course, COVID derailed a lot of that. So we've been holding a lot of meetings, obviously, regarding Zoom, but now to really kick in some of the initiatives that we have planned for the next few years is we are going to start working with organizations and businesses on mental health first aid training. And so that's a course, it's kind of like CPR and first aid, which is an 8-hour course. This is similar to that, but it's all about recognizing and responding appropriately to signs of emotional distress in someone. And it is an 8-hour class, 4 hours online of independent work, and then 4 hours of class work, kind of in a Zoom setting for right now. So, technology has been fantastic. We've learned a lot more about how to use it effectively in these times that we're in right now. So that's really what I've been doing.
Well, that's great. Who's your target for that particular course?
Anybody. This course, okay, so one thing about learning about mental health challenges is that we all are on a continuum of mental health. Mental health is just as important as your physical health. So really, the Dover Mental Health Alliance and the course is all about anyone that wants to learn about mental health challenges. You do not have to be a therapist to actually help someone that might be in distress, as long as you know a little bit of the signs and how you can actually just respond appropriately. So that's really what we're trying to do within the community, within the youth and family groups, within our community organizations and businesses and institutions like first responders or faith organizations or businesses. And we're really trying to work with all facets of the community, so we're all kind of speaking the same language. And eventually we hope to create Dover. This is a big goal, but eventually our goal is to create, in this town at least, a mental health friendly community, so that people are open and embrace the idea of mental health challenges and understand that it's something that we all have to live with on a day-to-day basis.
That's fantastic. I just think what you're doing, and when you talk about being an alliance, can you talk a little bit about what Are there groups, sort of form this alliance?
Yeah, yep. So we held a community summit in June of 2019 and about mental illness, suicide prevention in our community. And from that summit, we learned that there were so many entities in the community that wanted to have mental health education and awareness programming. And so our alliance kind of formed from that. And we have first responders, teachers, therapists, the Dover superintendent of schools. We have directors of Wentworth Douglas Hospital. We have faith leaders. We have youth group organizers. We have all different facets of the community. We have librarians that are part of this alliance. We have business people and Rotarians that are part of this alliance. And it's been fantastic because I started working with Dr. Bill Harburn from the superintendent of Dover about 2 years ago regarding doing mental health work within the school system. And then over time, he and I started talking, and he said, you know what? We can't just present these ideas to the school population and their families. This is a community issue. So we need to involve community stakeholders to be involved with the solution of this. So it's not just a school problem. It's not a school issue regarding mental health challenges. It's a community challenge. And so we really felt like we had to go on that grassroots community level to engage all facets of the community to be involved. And we've been successful. It's been fantastic.
That's fascinating. And forgive us, we're both trying to use mute because I think we both have background noise, the joys of working in offices and at home and stuff.
Yes.
So what made you get interested in this? What made you
that's a great question. So I have kids. When I first started getting involved with this, it's sad to say, but there were 2 children, one which is in my son's grade, who died by suicide, and then another one about the same time, the next year. And I just was like, this is awful. It was not a school tragedy. It was a community tragedy. And it affected all of us on so many different levels. And that's when I went to Dr. Harbour and I said, we need to start bringing in speakers. We need to start educating people about mental health challenges so people can understand and recognize the signs of someone in distress. And that's when we started to do, we brought in the former Supreme Court Chief Justice John Broderick to speak about his experience. He's on a huge campaign regarding mental health education. We brought in Scarlett Lewis, who started the Choose Love Foundation. She is a mom. She was the mom to Jesse Lewis, who was killed in the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, which was awful, but she is fantastic. Choose Love Foundation, her foundation is amazing. She does a lot of social and emotional work. We did other workshops, bringing in parents and children to talk about how do we talk about these issues. And so it really started with the school. At that point, I had a junior or a sophomore in high school. It's been a few years now. And then a son 2 years behind him, and then another son 4 years behind him. So I've had kids in the school system, and I just said, we have to do more. We have to do more. I mean, they have mental health work in their health classes, but they have a limited amount of time. They have lots of areas to cover. And I just wanted to start initially here in Dover to work within this community. And the model that we've created, we hope to be able to then deliver to other communities and have their stakeholders take this over and tweak and change as to what works for their community and go forward with that.
Awesome. It's so interesting.
Yeah. When are you looking to start being able to roll all of this out? Do you guys have a time frame for that?
So we have started doing some things. I was going to tell you before we went on, we've done a lot of Facebook Lives. So I was familiar with this kind of format, and we do it right live on Facebook, where we talk to people about, people that have mental health challenges, whether it's anxiety or depression or substance misuse, and how they coped with this and all this. And just like this, a conversation about these topics and just opening it up, talking about why it's important to talk about it, why it's important to normalize it. So we've done those kind of things. The mayor of Dover, Bob Carrier, presented us with a proclamation stating that the City Council was in favor of supporting the efforts of the Dover Mental Health Alliance. That was during Mental Illness Awareness Week in October. And now we're starting to engage and create a lot of partnerships with organizations like Recovery Friendly Workplace to work with them and the organizations they've already deemed as recovery friendly, to hopefully go in and start working as mental health friendly workplaces as well. So we're starting to actually set these types of this programming up, and we're hopefully going to have part of becoming a mental health friendly is to have this mental health first aid training. So we're going to start doing that training in January, and we hope to have 21 locations in Dover identified by the end of 2021. We already have 8 right now that want to be on board, so I think we'll probably hit 21 with no problem. And then we also have a lot of other things that we want to do, but some of it has to be in person. So we're waiting to be able to engage with businesses in the community, in the chamber, in the school system, when kids are back in school. So a lot of it, it's been percolating and a lot of planning going through, and we're really starting to, we have some ways we can start really touching the community in January with this mental health first aid training.
That's awesome. I think this is such a fascinating topic and so important, and I so appreciate the work that you do. If people want to learn more or get involved, or see the live Facebook accounts, what are some of the ways they can learn more about your organization?
So at this point, we're using social media platform, and so you can go to Facebook and find us at Dover MHA Mental Health Association. And then if you scroll through, you can see those Facebook Lives because we recorded them and saved them on our Facebook page. And you'll see more information coming out about organizations that are part of the Alliance that have become more mental health friendly within their environments. You'll see more of that information that comes out in the press and things like that. But for now, Dover Mental Health Alliance on our Facebook page is where you should go. So that's that. And we're always looking for community members who want to be part of the Alliance, because one of the great things about this is that we have all these different facets of the community, and then therefore they're willing to help with their particular networks or resources to put forth some of the initiatives that we want to do. Like we have a graphics artist connection, and they created our logo, and we have connections at the hospital where we can do some mental health first aid training in there, and also work with their therapists. Community partners, we have therapists, so we have experts that are part of our Alliance as well. So if anybody's interested, you do not have to be a doctor, you do not have to be a therapist, you could you could be a parent that stays home, or you could be a PhD at UNH. It doesn't matter. We would love to have anybody that would like to be part of the Alliance to further the initiatives, because that's what it takes, this grassroots effort, so that our communities are speaking the same language and educated about it.
Awesome.
Yeah, really. Thank you so much for being here, Suzanne. I've enjoyed my conversations with you. It's so important what you're doing. It's such an important topic, and I'm sure you're continuing to help people in the community, and I'm really looking forward to see where this continues to go. So thank you for sharing that with Cheers for Charity Day. We really appreciate it.
And I want to thank you too, because what you guys are doing, I mean, the fact that you highlight all these nonprofits in our area, there's so much great work that goes on out there. And this is just another format to be able to have people understand what's happening and to become a part of it if they want to be involved, or donate, or just get somebody help if they need help. So thank you so much for doing what you both do. And it's nice to meet you, JoAnn. And Lisa, good to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All
the good work that you do. Thank you.
Thanks, JoAnn. Appreciate it.